Let me introduce you to the elements. Hey, you, I heard you shining, but I got that gold membership. I rose from the bush like Valentine's petals from an unstable family of alkaline metals. Hitting prime time like Channel 5 specials, and I never handle rocks like Palestine rebels with pebbles. The antics and antiquities and Mr. STEEZ. Always got a trick up my sleeve. Bitch, please. Ain't shit magic or witchcraft. I skipped class and barely just passed. A young grasshopper that's trying to switch paths. She trying to get bent like light when it hits glass. Bong smoke got me blazed as hell. Burning weight like them 47 J's I scale. And you can tell by the amazing smell. And my eyes stay tight like I'm Asian. Well.
Pro era is like, I mean, it's kind of like a, what's the word, a paradox, because you can't have a pro era. So like, I took that and I was like, yo, let's start a pro era. And we just like, yo, let's be productive and progressive and professional and procrastinators. And then we ended up here, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Joe, you got anything to add?
No. You know what? I wanted to answer this question today. I wanted to, because you know what? No, listen. I have a point. Hear me out. I have a point. You know, people have been throwing this label on us that, oh, we're 90s rappers. This is not the 90s. We're not 90s rappers. This is the music that we have playing in our head and we went and we got done. Like, this is just our music. It's not 90s music. I mean, it could be 90s influence, but it's 2012, like, you know? So just don't throw that label on us.
Okay, so Joey, you're on Mac Miller's latest project. How'd that come about?
That's my bro. Hey, bro. Don't talk about my bro like that, bro. Nah, but he had just, his manager had me up on Twitter, and then he hit me up on Twitter, and then he called me, and then we spoke, and then the track got done.
And that's Pro Era. STEEZ, let's talk about your project.
Oh,
because a lot of people talking about that. I think that it was a dope project from what I heard and everything. I think it's a good precursor to everything that you guys got to offer. So let's talk about the project. What was your overall mindset into that?
I mean, like, it was happening at a time of my ascension when I was trying to find who I was. Like, if you see me like 5 months ago, you wouldn't recognize me. So like,
definitely wouldn't.
like,
He was like a sumo wrestler.
You were a sumo wrestler? You transformed?
yeah, I used to weigh like 250.
Yo, this is Bone Crusher.
Alright, so you guys are from Brooklyn, and Brooklyn's had a long-standing hip-hop history. I mean, standing where you guys are now in the source, I mean, let's talk about that. Are you guys the next generation of Brooklyn? Let's touch on that.
Of course.
Well, I mean, I guess.
I mean, I would hope so. It's up to the people, you know?
Yeah, people say we're bringing it back, we're taking it forward, you know?
Yeah.
That's how it's supposed to be.
I mean, truthfully, in my mind, I live in 2047.
Now, let's talk about that, because that leads me into my next point. Let's talk about the 47, because I did hear one of you guys, maybe it was on Twitter, one of you guys was talking and said that someone mistaken it for a swastika.
Yeah, but
am I right? Let's explain the 47.
I mean, at the end of the day, what does the swastika truly symbolize?
Yeah, like, it's actually a Buddhist symbol for like peace and light and the sun.
Happiness.
And like, really, I was like, they were like, yo, we gotta make 47 sticker. And me being like a wordplay genius, I took the sticker, like swastika. I'm like, yo, let's make a 47 sticker. And I'm like, people are gonna be ignorant, so why not just play with their brains, you know?
There's no such thing as the bad side. The world is the bad side.
What?
In my opinion.
What?
You want to explain that, Joey? Let's
Well, that's
It's like ancient Babylon, man.
Yeah, that's what it is. We were born to be wild. No church in the wild.
Another team, the bed kinda scruffy, so I refuse to cut it clean. It's dark chocolate, but it's colored green. 40 ounces, red lipstick and yellow submarines. We redlining like tape ups. Them lady cops been flashing headlights like A-cups. And Kirk said them hipster girls going wild, so I'm proud to say we sending shirts out of style. 70K in my inbox filled up. Firewalls, I got my empire all built up. I know Rome wasn't built in a day. I live where I lay. Roman Rolling Stone, it begins with the A. Nomadic, nomads, the flow addict. We buzzing in your ear like headphones static. Attack of the clones like drones crash landed. So I know we ain't alone on this planet.
We ain't alone on this planet.
AK-47, exactly.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
tell the people about the concept behind American Corruption.
I mean, like, basically, it was a time in my life where I thought I was going crazy, you know? And, like, I realized that I wasn't the one that was crazy. I realized that it's the system that was built against me, you know? And, like, I'm not supposed to be talking about this. And that's the corruption of it because, like, me just saying it is absurd. And I want people to open up their eyes and realize that I'm not wrong, you know? I'm just an open-minded individual, and people should be more open-minded.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
Yeah, so you were talking about a point in your life, like, so this was recorded a while ago, or this was, like, recent material?
I mean, basically, it started out as what I was going to do, Beast Without the Hype, and, like, just cutting songs off and changing my sound. I realized that wasn't me, you know? And I had to find out who I was. And I was just a product of this thing that I called American Corruption, you know?
So you feel like you've changed as a person and have become more aware of these type of things in the last couple of years?
Yeah, I've been opening up my pineal gland.
Oh, word. Explain that for the people who might not be familiar.
Alright, so, like, basically the pineal gland is a part in the brain that taps into psychic energy and possibly telekinetic energy. And, like, as I've been working on it, I realized that, like, as a rapper, it doesn't really fall into play with my career, but I'm going to continue doing it, and that's what I enjoy doing, you know? Because nothing on the outside world seems to make me happy. It's just the simple things.
I'm about to take my show down. Excuse my supercilious nation, pushing the tape back is doing spitters a favor. Cause I was told that women will come with age and bitches will come with fame. The difference is nothing changed. I'm still on point as a syringe, but nowadays they just need an appointment to stick it in. I'm too in depth for simpletons who care about spinning rims. Cause I got a liquid pen to rip your skin. Side note, this is a suicide note. With the charm to help the girl reduce a dry throat. And if I wanted, I'd do it using sublime quotes. Cause I lie, I cheat, and I steal, I know. Did you just miss the irony of that? If that's the case, then rewind the CD back. I erupt so violently on tracks. No facade, just because it must remind you people that I am sick, influenced by influences. Music removes the mucus, there's fluid on every stanza. The vaccination in every track is contagious. So half of them have to hate it, the rest of them fascinated.
Not the same anymore, you know? I'm gonna get it one of these days this week. I've been slacking on my drawings and stuff like that. But I'm human.
Yeah, I feel you. And, I mean, you dropped out of college recently, right?
I mean, like, I still got that financial aid check, so I guess I'm on the list still.
But, I mean, do you see a need to, like, go to college and finish that?
Actually, I mean, I do want to go to school, but not community college one. And I found this school in Arizona for sacred geometry.
Okay.
Like, maybe when I get older, get somebody to invest in that.
What's sacred geometry?
I mean, that's the type of stuff I want to talk about. Not much rappers know about it, but, like...
I have no clue what it is.
Alright, so, like, there's this thing, like, I think it was developed in Asia. Nobody really knows where it was originated, but it's called the flower of life. And it represents, like, global consciousness. And, like, there's this thing on the consciousness grid. In the last piece, it has to be a flower of life. It has to align with the sun and all that stuff. And it will wake up a global consciousness. And as I further in my ascension, I hope to build it one day. But
you feel like this type of thinking is reflected in the lyrics in the project?
Oh yeah, that's what I've been trying to do. That's what AK-47 is. Because I plan on building this empire eventually. Like, nobody's stopping me. Because I got my pros, I got Jesse Rubin, and I got mad bitches. Just being ignorant.
Nah, I feel you.
Nah. But what I'm saying is, like, I think humans just need to lighten up. You know, they should try lighten up.
Double entendre, but I mean, some people might think that this type of thinking, first of all, it might jump over a lot of people's heads.
I mean, yeah, but the thing is, like, subconsciously it works either way. Because that's the beauty of human beings. We absorb everything in our subconscious mind. So that when we actually sit down and register it, we're like, oh.
Yeah. But I mean, I think another thing with that, no, I like, just did the same thing for him to help him out. But I mean, I think one thing with that though is the fact that if it's going over people's heads, and some people might think it's corny, then people might not even listen to it. Do you feel like that could happen?
I mean, like, basically, have you ever heard of the chakra system?
I vaguely heard of it, yes.
But basically, it aligns like human consciousness with light, color, sound, and every aspect of it. So like, I've gotten that deeply into understanding the human mind, where I know how to channel my energy to someone's emotions rather than their intellect. So I get through the heart rather than the mind.
How are you going to be able to reach them though?
I mean, just my frequencies, you know?
So like, you're just going to be transmitting frequencies, and then the people are gonna catch on?
I mean, that's what the indigo and crystal children are for, you know? Like, we got the energy. We just need to continue having the energy. Because, like, the sun gives us an endless amount of energy, you know? It's the only star keeping our universe alive.
That's true.
So, we just keep absorbing the solar energy, and we'll get enlightenment.
And you know what they say about the brain, too. I mean, the brain only has, or we're only using a certain percentage of it.
Yeah. I mean, like, the thing is, you start opening up different percentages of your brain as the energy hits your pineal gland. So it's like expansion, pineal expansion. It results in you using your left brain more. Once you incorporate your left brain, the right brain transmits energy there and connects it all, you know?
Yeah. I feel
Jesse's
like that...
like, whoa, where did this come from?
I feel like this knowledge and this, the idea of building knowledge is ignored a lot these days in hip-hop. And do you feel like Pro Era is capable of bringing that back in?
I mean, like, if they're asking us to let's say, dumb down so they can get it, we can do that. We're not going to choose a different message. We're just going to make it simplified, you know? It's still fractions, though. It's just like, some people ingest different parts of it at different times. Exactly. You just got to understand the elements and apply them to your life.
Now, what do you mean by dumbing down? Does that mean you're going to dumb down the lyrics?
No, see, that's the thing. Dumbing down the lyrics in terms of, we're going to be conveying the same message, but it's going to be, like, more three-dimensional.
Message.
Yeah, it's going to be more three-dimensional, you know? Like, A plus B, C.
Why? So we really, we've gone down, we've gone up, and let's go for your heart. I sense trauma that you haven't identified as traumatic. I know your friend brought you to some deep spirituality that has left you. He jumped off of a building, right?
Yeah.
What is in your psyche about him now?
You know, we started our spiritual journeys like together. My childhood being limited, my whole life, I was a leader. I didn't follow anyone. But when I met him, I knew he was somebody who I could follow because I trusted him, his judgment, the way he thought. You know, everything about him to me was just, this man won't lead me to no wrong. You know what I mean? Like,
what was your means of, accessing spiritually?
Well, our main thing is that we believe that we wanted to change the world through our music. We became the change that we wanted to see in the world through our musical messages. We wanted to ascend. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was his favorite thing to say. When you just ask him to explain one of his actions, he would just be like, it's part of my ascension.
I mean, did you have any indication he was that depressed?
Yeah, but it's like, it was more like couldn't understand the magnitude of his depression or the magnitude of why he was so depressed. eventually it got to a point where he would speak and nobody would understand.
Okay.
You know, and that's kind of how you knew, like, he was advancing, you know what I'm saying, faster or without. We came to a point where it was like, I felt that he was moving, like, extremely fast. And I just looked at it like, okay, you know, he is 2 years older than me, so I'ma like kind of like step back. And, you know, because it was a point where, like, on our spiritual journeys or spiritual knowledge, just everything, we was just on the same level. And then, you know, it came to a point where he just started, like, leading, and, like, a distance came in between us, just on the spiritual side, you know what I mean? Me, I already knew that I didn't want to go so fast at such a young age.
I can think of a lot of great artists that have taken themselves out, that they couldn't incorporate that physical arena with that spiritual arena, and feeling that great disconnect and like they don't belong.
To be honest, I think that he thought that he was dreaming.
Yes, I think he was in relationship with the spirit world.
No, he definitely was, like,
Yes.
and I know because he's my brother. Like,
Yes.
you know, there would be some, like, closer to his death, you know, there was just days where I would just look him in his eyes and he's looking past me.
I would just look him in his eyes and he's looking past me.
He's not looking at anything that's here.
Yeah.
Or he's not looking at me, like he's looking through me, like way past. Yeah.
STEEZ, Ninth Wonder, peep the rhyme. Look. You see, we be the illest thing in the starter cap. Roger that, cause off the back we got a lot to offer rap. That's just a fact, my rap tight smack guys, leave 'em with black eyes and capsize the whack rhymes. Top tick, he's toxic with phonics hit. Overly confident, flow atomic with vomit spit. If you rerun each line 3 times, you still wouldn't get it, even if you had a deep mind. See, I'm at a loss for words, my thoughts reserved for an awesome verse. I spit you several soliloquies with eloquence, you'll have to admit I'm the voice you heard. I'm charming with words, even though I ain't heard a lot of aim for the pen sagging. You call me urban cops, master calibers, is guessing on my caliber. Your plans involving catching up, I urge you to stop this off the top.
What's going on with y'all, man? It's Black Balloon coming back, man, with the capital STEEZ video, man. Long live capital STEEZ, long live Steve Low. So look, hopefully y'all enjoyed that video. Y'all know me, I try to you know, just kind of present the video in the best way that I feel captures who that person really is, and to try to just, you know, expose what was really going on, you know, behind the scenes, and why, you know, someone like Capital STEEZ would have been the result of an industry sacrifice. You know, I try to paint that picture clear in the video by his views on how he lives his life, and just his intellect around, you know, everything that he's, you know, that he came to learn at such a young age, you know, 18 years old, basically, you know what I'm saying? You know, ahead of his time, ahead of all his peers, ahead of all his pros, as he would say, you know what I'm saying, the whole pro era. Clearly, he was the one that was, you know, the brain, the structure, you know, outside of him creating the group. You know, I mean, he was, you know, you didn't hear much of pro era as a collective once, you know, STEEZ died, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, that alone just really says enough about, you know, who he was to the entire wave, you know what I'm saying? And you know, I'm not gonna say I was not at the time. I wasn't the biggest fan. I only heard, you know, a few songs at the time. I'm definitely was not a fan how doing this video, how I saw the way he has like a real, you know, to this day, like a real hardcore fan base still to this day. You know what I'm saying? But as I did it, as I put together the video and just went back listening to songs, you know, just back to the first tape that he dropped, and just, you know, going over interviews, listening to freestyles, you know what I'm saying? I see why he got the fan base that he got now, you know what I'm saying? Because shit, you know, just wordplay and intellect was, you know, to be 18, you know, I mean, it started way young, you know, the freestyles that he had when he was a young teenager, that you could tell he was already, you know, on another level as far as, you know, just his friends or whatever, just to be that young and to be, you know, already thinking that far ahead, you know, it go to show you what he would have been had he not been killed. So, you know, once again, this one, it pulled me in because I could feel his energy, you know what I'm saying? I could feel it. And in the interviews, you know, in the freestyles, you could just feel it. You could feel, you know, who he really was. And at the end of the day, you know, something I could learn and take from that as well as anybody else is to really just like be you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, nothing is as authentic as being who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what anything that you do, you know, and you could tell, you know, STEEZ, like, he embodied that at a young age, though, you know, to be aware of yourself and, you know, be you, like, and stand for something, bro, at that young of an age. there's nothing more authentic, you know what I'm saying? And to me, being exactly who he was why he was in the way of whatever potential business there could have been with Joey Badass, you know? Because if we want to just, you know, cut to the chase, bro, you know, from all the comments and stuff I've seen, you know, honestly, bro, you'd be a fool to think this man jumped off the building, bro, because of depression, bro. You would be a fool. I'll just be the one to straight up tell you, you know, so anybody that may see this video and make it this far to the end while I'm just summing shit up, you'd be a fool to believe that, bro. At 11:59, you know, he sends out a tweet that says the end, and then he jumps off a building. Like, bro, come on. You know, if you paid attention to the man, if you listen to the lyrics, if you listen to his songs, you see this is not the dude that's about to commit suicide. You know, I see some people saying, oh, he ascended. He, like, you know, somebody said that, oh, he said somewhere that he thought, you know, this life was a dream and shit. It's like, no, don't dig into someone's mindset too much, you know, to where you're not able to logically think about something. You see what I'm saying? And that's what a lot of people do toward their favorite artists. You know, you dig so much into what the person is saying and you know how that person is that you let it cloud your judgment of what, you know, possibly really happened, you know. You know, but knowing what I know and seeing the numbers that add up behind it, you know what I'm saying? His death date equal 47, bro. Come on, bro. Come on. Think about that. Think about it. The death date equaled 47, 12, 23, 12, bro. So there's not, you know, you can't and that's in gematria, you know what I'm saying? I think capital STEEZ summed to 47 if I'm not mistaken. Because when I was looking over it, actually, I'll probably fact check that and put it in the video. I'll go back and edit it in the video. I just gotta make sure. But you know, you just be a fool to believe that this man actually jumped off a building and killed himself. Like, come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's all I really say around that. You know what I'm saying? There's no way I would ever believe in that. You know, so I felt like the video, you know, it definitely, you know, did well as far as my intentions, you know. So, you know, hopefully y'all fuck with the video, man. You know, like I said, this one definitely pulled me in, damn near just like the ODB one, because, you know, like I said, you could just feel how authentic, you know, Capital STEEZ was, and, you know, just his mindset at that time, you know, definitely on another level. Shit, I definitely wasn't even into it like that at 18. Like I told you, I had just started. You know, he was already shit level infinity. He was already way up there. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man, not to, you know, just to prolong this, just talking points that are kind of already in the video. You know, go ahead and wrap it up. So that was request. You know, that was a request by a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people requested that shit. Probably over like 50 people requested that video. So that was dope. You know, so there y'all go, man. Like I said, I hope y'all enjoyed that video. It's Black Balloon. And I'm going to see y'all in the next video.